I am Vitoria Silva. I'm a Miss Galaxy Portugal finalist, and you are watching the Pageant PPJ's podcast.
Hey everyone, take two. Welcome to Pageants and PJ's episode 75. Special guest for today is Vitoria Silva over from Portugal. Vitoria, how are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm fine.
We had a bit of an issue, a tech issue just before, and I'm laughing already because Chloe was nasal spraying and she thought we'd gone live and she had a thing up her nose. Chloe, what is that? I hate nasal sprays. I used to have nosebleeds, and this doctor prescribed like steroidal nose spray, and I started spraying it up, but then my nose would just start bleeding because of the side effects of steroids. What is that?
Yeah, I usually use the steroid spray, but I actually got this one at the airport and they didn't have any. So this is just the soda fed. But whenever I did have a lot of nasal issues before I had my septum surgery, I was just living off these standard ones, and the doctor said they should only be used when you have a cold for short term. But because I was using them over the space of years, he said you shouldn't do that, and that's when I started getting prescribed the other ones. After my surgery, I hadn't really needed nasal sprays very much, but I think the past few weeks I've been a bit stuffy, and maybe it's just been possibly hay fever or something, but I've just been, or maybe I'm getting a cold, who knows.
Rona.
Oh no, don't even joke. I don't know if you guys know,
Double
but
vaccinated.
Sydney is in lockdown now. Australia is back in lockdown. Danny obviously has no idea.
Is it true that it's because of a limo driver or something?
Yeah, so limo.
In Sydney.
He was get this. He was ferrying an international, I believe it was an international travel crew back from the airport.
People still travel by limo these days. We're not in the 90s, guys.
I love it.
Well, it might be like an Uber thing. They just called it a limo. But the stupid thing is, because you would classify those people as frontline workers because they're working with people, let's say, from overseas all the time. Apparently wasn't wearing a mask and wasn't vaccinated. So he then caught the very contagious Delta variant. I don't know how many variants of this thing there are now, and now it's going around Australia. Bear in mind, compared to you guys, like, we're panicked in New South Wales, my state, with 30 cases in a day. Yesterday was 18. To you guys, that probably sounds like nothing. But coming for us, where we basically had zero community transmission, that's enough to have put, like, I'm at stay-at-home orders. So we can't go out except for the essential reasons, the usual, the travel, work if you have to, buying stuff. And there was panic buying at the supermarkets again, people doing the loo roll thing.
Oh, God.
Just when you thought, it was safe to have toilet paper, no, everyone's buying toilet paper, and it's just horrible.
That poor limo driver's never going to live it down, is he?
But it's
Everyone's
a failing on
at him in the street.
Well, I hope no one ever divulges his name, because honestly, people would hate him, but it's a failing on the policy part, because it should have been law that you have to wear a mask and have to have been vaccinated if you're working with people, especially from overseas. That would make sense, right? I mean, Vitoria, how many times has Portugal Galaxy now been postponed? Or because last time you came on was postponed, was it just the once that it's been postponed because of Corona, or is it more than that?
More than that, really more than that. Like, let me just
10,000 times.
So it was postponed like in 15 months. So yes, it was supposed to happen in April of last year, and it's happening in July of this year. So we even postponed to June to July because of the COVID-19 numbers and cases here in Portugal. Like, the casino is in Cascais. It's in the capital of the country, and Lisbon has like the major number of cases right now in Portugal. So yeah, it's been quite difficult, especially because the organization like had 2 weeks to prepare the first pageant here in Portugal with public. So it's been quite difficult, but the organization is doing a great job, I can tell you.
Oh, I think that
Well.
was the thing as well. Portugal were doing very good, so much so that the UK had it on our green list. And then I think probably a lot of tourism too from the UK is probably what made the numbers rise. So I apologize for that if that's our fault.
No, you don't have to say sorry. Like people here in Portugal, sometimes we go out, we get out of lockdown, and people sometimes just think that COVID-19 just disappeared, and sometimes they ignore the rules and the safety procedures. So I don't believe it's like the main reason, it's the tourism. So
it's a beautiful country, though. I do see why people want to go there. I really want to go there. I've never been. But it's next on my travel list for sure.
I would love
Have you
to
not
meet
been to Portugal?
No,
I
I've
thought
always
you've
really
been
wanted
to Portugal. Danny, you've been, right?
I've been a couple of times, yeah. That's where I met Vitoria.
Oh, you two have actually. Hang on. So just bring us up to date with what's the history between yourself, Danny, and Portugal Galaxy. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but you were originally going to be one of the judges, weren't you?
I was.
She was.
I was a judge the first issue of it, and I was very kindly asked to come back and judge again this year. But obviously, with the situation where we can't really travel at the moment, I don't fancy quarantining on the way back. So, I love Portugal Galaxy. It has a massive place in my heart. And that's where I met Vitoria afterwards. I gave her a big hug when we was allowed to hug, a big hug after the show, and was just like, you have to come back. You were amazing. And I'm so happy that you came back and it's finally happening now. So I'm so excited for you.
That year was really important for me because it was the year when I began pageants, and all the queens that came from the international platform and everything were really amazing. But Danielle was the only one that came to backstage and came like to us and said, please come back next year and go get that crown. And I was like, oh my God, I need to get to know her better. So Danielle was kind of an inspiration for me and was one of the main reasons that made me like go back for Galaxy. Yeah, it was you, and was the that feeling that I had like I can do better, so I will just come back and do better. So yeah.
You were so good. Like I had a broken ankle at this point, so I was like hobbling around in a boot, and I think was it you that was like anything that you need, like you like the girls were so lovely and like looking after me as well. I was like the one that was like hobbling around in a boot. I literally had my cast taken off just so I could go to Galaxy Portugal because I had a cast fitted and you can't fly with a cast on. I was so determined to be there and see all you girls compete that I asked my doctor to give me a temporary boot to fly.
Yeah, that's sweet. Thank you.
You can't fly with a cast up?
No,
Why? It expands.
Of swelling, when it's the altitude and some people's ankles swell. So you're not supposed to travel with a cast on. And the day before, I basically begged my doctor to give me a boot. And he said, you can have the boot as long as you don't take it off and you sleep with it on. So
aren't those boots really smelly though?
I mean, they can do. They can get really smelly, but you can wash them. But I was quite naughty. I was like taking the boot off a lot. I was like giving myself physio.
I remember that boot.
I was taking the boot off all the time. I went to a hen do, a bachelorette party a few weeks after Galaxy Portugal in Marbella, and the boot went in the pool.
You in it, or the boot just went in the pool? But
it was really sunny to dry out.
You jumped in the pool with the boot, or
yes?
Did it not like drag you down?
And this is Vitoria, this is the person that you look up to, Danny, who jumps in a pool with her boot on.
I'm kind of crazy too, so I don't judge her.
When I went back to the doctor, he said, I don't know what you've been doing, but your ankle's healed so quickly. Within 6 weeks, I was walking around. But that was because I was moving it, but I was moving it
You were
gently.
moving it.
So
Yeah.
it's like giving myself a little mini physio by taking the boot off. I think a lot of people are silly and take the boot off and try and go for a run. Whereas I was like gradually teaching myself how to walk and being very careful. So within 6 weeks, I was fully healed.
Yeah.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Next time you have a broken foot, heal it by jumping in the pool with your boot on. Apparently, I don't know if that's better or worse. It's kind of be like walking on the moon, because in the water you're kind of weightless, but the boot would weigh you down, so you'd be bouncing around on the bottom of the pool doing a slow walk. Chloe, you're a resident conspiracy theorist. Is the moon landing? Is it real or not? Moon landing, it happened or not?
I changed my mind on it a lot. I don't think
she
so.
thinks about it every night. It keeps her awake.
It's the last thing she thinks about before she goes to bed, and it's the first thing she thinks about in the morning. I
have this like other weird theory that that there was also aliens on the moon and that they warned them off, and that's why we don't go back. But that's a more fun theory. I want there to be aliens. So yeah,
aliens,
that's my favorite one.
Aliens or Martians, like aliens from Mars.
No, I don't think anyone's in Mars. I don't think there's much going on there.
No one's home.
No, I just think it looks really boring. It doesn't look like there's much going on there. And even if there was Martians, like we would be smarter than them because it's just a big empty planet. But yeah.
Not much going on there. That sounds like my head right now. So there's not much going on in here either. Knock, knock, knock. Vitoria, last time you were on, the thing that I remember is that's the infamous time that Danielle told her most embarrassing story. I remember that much. Vitoria, do you remember Danielle's most embarrassing story?
No, let's not bring it up.
I just want to see if Vitoria. Okay, yeah, Vitoria remembers it. And I think that was one of the first episodes we had Chloe on way back in the day. Look at her; she's now a grizzled old veteran, like the rest of us.
Oh, less of the old.
It's okay.
Hang on, so
I do.
Victoria, are you still doing your TikTok lives? Because I jumped on a few of you're not doing those anymore.
No,
I jumped on a few of Victoria's live TikToks, and I might have said a few things. Do you remember when you had the was it umbrella?
Yeah.
You were. Victoria was singing, and I think she was singing. Were you singing? I can't remember.
Yeah, I was.
You were singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really funny because I was commenting in the comments, and it was umbrella. A.
Yeah.
You're not doing those anymore. You're not looking for TikTok fame.
No, because it wasn't because of TikTok fame. It was more because of the fun of it. But I was on lockdown that time, and I was really focusing on TikTok, and I just no, stop it. You are not going to that way. That's not the way you want to take. So yeah, I just give it a break. And now I do TikToks when I want to. Sometimes I just record some things, but it's not doing lives every day and doing TikToks every time, because it really pressured me a lot. And I was like, no, my mental health is getting worse. So I'm just trying to focus on myself and doing some other types of things and everything. So I have that artist side of myself. So I just try to draw more, to customize dolls a lot more. So it was more about it. And watch some movies.
Danny and Chloe, have you seen Vitoria's artwork?
I feel like I've seen some, but I think we need another little look.
Victoria, do you have your sketchbook near to you? You can just hold it up and show, because your art's amazing. I had no idea, and I think Victoria was showing some of it on one of her TikToks, and it just sketches with it. So the dolls in the background. that Vitoria made those. The ones on her shelf behind her.
I did some.
Incredible.
Yeah, like
Some. Look how many there are.
Like this is quite embarrassing because I just have my purple suit like up there from the waist from down. I'm not like I'm
Pajamas
on my
on the
workout. Yeah.
We understand.
It's Pageants and PJs for a reason. Like
I can bring it up.
Yeah.
So,
Go grab it. Yeah, we can't see anything anyway.
so I can say this is my like proudest work. This is like
wow.
a Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Wow.
I've made it like
Oh my
of paper and
goodness.
cardboard, so like all the suit was made like
That's so cool.
That is
Yeah, this is what
incredible.
in quarantine and lockdown. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Do you have your sketchbook? Because your sketches are amazing as well.
Yeah.
I want the girls to see your sketches.
Okay, I will show. Just a second.
Because I'm jealous anytime anyone has artistic talent. Because I never graduated past stick figures. I can't draw to save my life.
I can't.
So
My
anytime I
handwriting.
can,
This
your hand,
one.
yeah, I can't write as well. That's my hand cramps up now because I don't write anymore. Everything's typed. So anytime I write something out, it's like, oh my god, my hand really hurts. All right, Vitoria, show us what you got.
So these ones you haven't seen them yet, too, Adrian. So I'm just. It's like a bit of surprise for you. So this is Aquaman. Like it's
wow.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's so good.
Like I'm in arts for some reason. So I also redesigned the wings because I watched them again in quarantine. So like I draw the outfits, the costumes. So
cute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Some of them. More. Let me see. I also have like this reality stone from Marvel. Like I've done it.
Hang on, what?
The reality stone one.
Oh, is it the stone?
Yeah.
Why is
Shiny.
it black? Is that a special
It's
material?
It's polish. It's really
Right.
literally nail polish. So
Nail polish.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible. That's so creative.
Thank you.
Amazing.
So you have also portrait of Gal Gadot.
Wow.
You see, I just love it, Vitoria, that you hold that up and people go, I know what that is. If I did a sketch and held it up, people would have no idea what it was. I wouldn't even be able to draw a tree or a cat. It's
Victoria, you would make a fortune if you became a tattoo artist. Imagine people would pay huge money to have her tattooed on them. Imagine having Wonder Woman tattoo. That would be so cool.
Show one more because I'm really proud of this one. So I'm not kind of a designer or stylist, but I like, what can I say? I liked Cristiana Silva, Miss Universe Portugal work, but I didn't like quite the national costume. So I was kind of frustrated when I see it. So I just draw this in like 20 minutes. So it's the national costume, Portugal, yeah.
That is beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I just don't think I have drawn more. No, I didn't. This is quite a new sketchbook. Yeah.
That's more than I'll ever do in my life.
You definitely showcased your talent there.
Those are incredible.
Thank you.
All right. So Danielle and Chloe, it's your time to exhibit your hidden talents. Do you have any hidden talents like that?
Sorry.
I can design your full pageant wardrobe out of my. I can look at someone and I can picture the exact color, cut, and fabric on and create a winning gown in my mind just from looking at someone.
You're like Rain Man, but for pageants.
Yeah.
It's just like it just comes into your head.
I just see it. And it's not something that already exists. It's something literally, I will look at someone. I know what fabric is going to suit them. I know what color is going to suit them. And I know exactly what cut is going to suit them.
Now I'm afraid.
Wow.
Why are you afraid?
If Danielle watches the live stream of Portugal Galaxy, she will be like,
no.
There were some things that you can like improve there, but you are great.
But All you need to do is get the national crown, and then if you need help designing a gown for the international, you've got plenty of time.
Maybe.
Yeah, plenty of time. Speaking of things that have been postponed, Galaxy International. But I mean, like, Danielle, you're a dancer. We covered this way back. But I mean, you're a very good dancer as well. I was thinking more of that as a talent, although being Rain Man for pageant styling is... Do that again.
It's me. It's my dancing. TikTok dancing is all I can do at the moment.
Oh, no. You just do that. It puts the song straight back in my head. Is that... Oh. Has TikTok, and Chloe, you must have some sort of talent as well. I'm not letting you get off the hook that easy. There must be a hidden...
I don't have a talent, although I used to, when I was younger, have an ear for music. And when I was 16, I once DJ'd on Radio 1, on BBC Radio 1. Yeah, with Danny Howard. It was on a Friday night Radio 1 show. There was a lot of kids invited for the one big weekend to do different workshops, and there was a DJing workshop, and there must have been about 30 kids there in total. I was there, and they came around listening to the kids, and they chose some of us to go on the Radio 1. And the other 3 guys that were picked, one of them was a guy, Johnny, who's a very well-known DJ in Derry, and the other one was Rory, who was also a very well-known DJ in Derry, and the other guy, Dee, who is also a very well-known DJ in Derry. I had never touched a set of decks in my life at this point. Just had an ear for it, loved it, ended up doing a few courses on it afterwards, and I had a slot on a Tuesday night at a local club on the cheap alcohol nights. I used to be a DJ when I was 17, 18.
Tight-ass Tuesdays, that's what we call them.
It was called
Tight-ass
Tuesdays.
We call them Tight-ass Tuesdays.
But basically, the place where I used to DJ got bought over by a hotel company, and now it's a hotel and it's no longer there. And whenever I started my engineering degree, I just fell out of touch with DJing. So maybe I might go back someday, but it's been a while. It's been, about 4 or 5 years since I've DJ'd, so
I can see you DJ. I see you in Vegas at the pool parties, the new Calvin Harris.
Maybe. I keep getting tempted. I keep looking online for decks. I'm like, will I do it, or will they sit in my room and will I not touch them? Because I bought a treadmill like a month and a half ago, and it's still sitting in its box. I haven't.
Oh God, Chloe, sell the treadmill, and I don't know, buy something with the money. Go treat yourself. That treadmill, if it's not come out in the box.
I paid £600 for it, and it's still in its box. So I'm now worried in case, if I do decide to buy DJ decks, will I use them, or will they be in the box like the treadmill?
The treadmill takes up more energy, which is probably a little bit less appealing. Whereas the DJ decks, especially now coming out of lockdown, you'll be wanting to have a social, have a little party.
Yeah.
We'll get Chloe on the DJ.
Yeah,
what's your
DJ
name? Do you have a DJ name? Do they have special DJ names?
I did have flyers and stuff, but they're in my other house. I don't have them.
Flyers.
I was just but my friends
just
my friends used to joke with me and call me DJ Lethal from Limp Bizkit as a joke.
DJ Lethal.
Do you remember from Limp Bizkit back in the day? Roll.
Yeah. Do you? Okay, this is way out of context, but I have one of the singles. Back in the day, they had things called CDs. Vitoria's probably not old enough to remember when they had music on CDs. CD. But there was a single CD, and because you're on the single CD, you have B tracks, tracks you don't get on the main album. Yeah. And there was one track at the end where I think Limp Bizkit and Ben Stiller had a friendship thing going on. So at the end of one of the tracks, you hear Ben Stiller, and he's making jokes about DJ Lethal because he goes, "Oh, DJ Lethal, that's really his name. That's what his mama called him, huh? Oh, DJ Lethal." So I know exactly what you're talking about. But I could see you being DJ. that's an amazing talent. So there you go. We've got an amazingly talented bunch. You can do the DJing, Danielle can dance, and Vitoria can sketch. So that's quite a talented crew.
And then we've got the talk show host up here. The best.
Chloe, when you started when you said you did something on the Friday night, you immediately remembered of what was that horrible song with that guy who's going on about Friday night? What was the name of that song?
Oh yeah, it's Friday night. Do, do, do.
Yeah.
I was working all week, so boring. Oh. Or is that the one? Is that a different one?
No, the one on that reality show. I don't even remember his name.
Yeah,
but you know that
the
guy
X Factor.
who's... Yeah, okay.
I was working all week, so boring. But tonight I'll go out because it's Friday night. Do, 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 do.
Have you guys heard?
Oh gosh!
Speaking of horrible songs, have you heard of William Hung?
No.
Okay, my brother said you have to see this. Now, whenever he sees this, I should actually get to Klong. Every time he asks me to watch something, it's just horrible. So I want you to watch this. It's not terrifying. It's a guy singing a Ricky Martin song. You can probably guess from the name. He's Asian. I will just show you a little bit of this, and then you guys can make up your mind. You can tell me whether you think this guy has a future in the industry.
But we have found the next key. Engineering student William Hung for showing up and shaking his bonbon.
Okay.
William.
Yes. Talk to me, tell me your name. You blow me off like it's all the same. You lit it fierce and I'm taking away like a bomb. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
She bangs, she bangs.
She bangs.
Oh, baby, when she moves, she moves. I go crazy cause she looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee. Like every girl in history. She bangs, she bangs. I'm wasted by the way she...
Simon
What a
Cowell.
chin. Yeah.
You can't sing, you can't dance. So what do you want me to say?
I think he was great. You're telling me they didn't enjoy that. That's shocking if they don't let him through.
Represented.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but not because of the quality of what was coming out. But I enjoyed it.
It's a yes.
You know,
from
he became famous for that, and he actually performed on late night shows live because he was that good. And then he released an album. But he has since now given up on his dreams because that.
Retired.
But now he's a motivational speaker, and he talks about going after your dreams because you know if he can create an album, maybe I can have a future drawing. Because my drawing is as good as William Hung's singing.
Oh,
did you ever see the two? Abstract art.
Did you ever see the two guys singing? What do you call it? Mysterious Girl.
Oh yeah. Move your body. Yeah. Move your body.
Mysterious Girl. You mean that Peter Andre song?
Girl. Yeah, search Mysterious Girl X Factor. It's so funny, I promise.
No, I hate Peter Andre. I'm not looking up a Peter Andre song.
It's not Peter Andre. It's you're missing out on the funniest X Factor audition.
I will happily miss out on Peter Andre. I hate Peter
It's not Peter Andre.
Were they Welsh, those two? I remember there was a woman on there. He said, "What do you do?" She's like, "Nothing. I'm lazy, frankly." What do you do? Nothing. I'm lazy at the moment.
Is that going to be your life now moving forwards, Danielle? Now that you're Welsh, you're going to embrace your Welsh heritage. What was that thing that you said? Oh, when we had Emma Jenkins on, and you said, "Oh, there was some reality TV show," and you copied someone, and you said this one. I can't stop eating ham. Yeah, what was that? I've been meaning to ask you for the longest time. Who said I can't stop eating ham?
It's Gavin and Stacey. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh,
TV series where a Welsh girl is in a relationship with a guy from Essex. So everyone jokes how mine and Jordan's relationship is like Gavin and Stacey but flipped round. I'm within 20 minutes of, where's he from? Billericay. Billericay is where Gavin is from, and I live like 20 minutes from there. And then Jordan is originally from Cardiff, which is 20 minutes away from Barry Island. So everyone makes that association. But that's Pam, who is the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law. So that's Gavin's mum in Billericay, Essex, and she was going vegetarian. And Stacey called her snuffling ham. There's a sing. If you want to get it up, you can get it up.
You want to get it up again? Oh God!
If you put Pam Ham on, it might come up.
Oh, whoa! What was I was going to?
You're eating ham.
It's funnier when it's funnier when you say it. Can I just ask? And I don't know if Vitoria knows what is that? The Only Way is Essex. Is that a thing? Is that like a reality show or something? Like,
is it? Oh, please don't tell me it's made it to Portugal. No, good, no. Good. That's good for everyone's brains.
I was told that I shouldn't watch it. I was told I shouldn't watch it. So now I really want to know what it's about.
You guys watch reality TV. It's basically a real
Towie. That's what it's called, isn't it? Towie, the Only Way is Exit. Towie, right? It's a.
Speaking of reality TV, tonight is the Love Island.
Love Island. It's on right first now. Episode. So if we have 0 viewers at the moment, we know where everyone is. They're all watching Love Island.
They are. They are. The entire UK is tuning in to the island of love.
I have some strong opinions about reality TV. And one of the more awkward moments, slightly awkward, because she's a good friend, I was catching up with a friend of mine who, well, actually, it's not secret anymore because it's been out, Gemma over here in Australia, and she had been on The Bachelor, I believe.
Yeah, The Bachelor.
But because it's so secretive, she couldn't, like, this was before it had come out, so she had actually filmed it a few months before, and it was a weird thing because it's begun filming, and it's one of those ones where all the girls go into a house, a mansion, and then Corona hit, so they actually had to pause filming of it, and then they didn't even know they were going to continue after that, and then they did continue, but they did some like virtual like Skype sessions and things like that. So it was a really kind of weird season. But my point is, I was kind of going off my rocker about how much I hated reality TV, and that was kind of awkward when she I could see that she was quiet, but she was kind of smiling because we're good friends, and then it's like, yeah, so about reality TV, and then I was amazed at how secretive that you have to keep that, because they take it really, really seriously.
Oh yeah.
So
I had to sign a contract. Is it NDA? When I did
non-disclosure.
Yeah. And I couldn't even tell. They said that I could tell my boss, who wasn't allowed to say anything because I needed to get the time off. Luckily at the time I was self-employed, so I didn't need to tell anyone then. And they said you could tell like your mum and your dad, but other than that you can't tell anyone else. And if it gets leaked that you are going to be on the show, they will just cut you from the show.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It is ruthless. And when I was filming it, they was like, if anything leaks while you're here and you're filming, we will then edit you out of the footage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess I got to threaten you with something. That'll work, because you don't want to be cut from it, do you?
Exactly. And a few girls were cut from the show because it leaked.
Vitoria, is reality TV as big a thing in Portugal as it is in the UK? Because literally every time there's a reality TV show in the UK, the whole country stops and they have a public holiday because everyone is obsessed with reality TV. Is it the same in Portugal?
No, I think that, like, the nearest thing we have to like reality shows in the UK is like Big Brother, but we only have that. Yeah.
Do you still have that? Do you still have Big Brother?
Yeah.
So did they get away with it here?
I mean, part of me says...
You go, Chloe.
I was thinking, part of me says I don't want to do reality TV. The other part of me is wishing that I was one of Kris Jenner's children so that I could be a kind of... the dream, I swear. Like, I'm just waiting to get that call from Kris Jenner to say, Chloe, I sent you to Ireland to be humble. Come home to LA. And I'll be like, we're like, bye, Ireland. Love you, fake mom.
If you're humble, are you really going to fit in with the rest of her children, though? I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, but I was the one that was sent to learn a lesson. Hopefully.
Okay. So it wasn't Big Brother almost the original? Wasn't that like the OG reality TV show? One of the very first, wasn't it?
I watched the first ever season of Big Brother, and it was a social experiment. It wasn't even it was a TV show, but it was more of a social experiment to see how humans interacted. And then then they started, putting bigger personalities in there and setting more challenges, and then obviously it got so big that it just went global, and now they've done away with it here in the UK because a lot of people that were going on there, I know the ratings really dropped because we've got so many other reality TV shows here, and the ratings really dropped. There was like loads of like controversial things that were coming out. People were saying things, and it just wasn't, people's mental health after coming out just wasn't great. A few of my friends have been in, and they said it was just madness. Like, this is during a time where you'd go in there, you'd literally be away like in prison. You come out and you had no like therapy or no mental support really in the early days because they didn't realize how big it was going to be. I suppose it's the same with Love Island now. But now, whenever you do a reality TV show, there is usually a team of therapists or people to give you some mental help.
That's the thing that really, really bugs me about reality TV, in all honesty, is the impact that it has on people's mental health. But at the same time, it's so popular. Like, people become obsessed with watching it. And yet we definitively know that it's bad for people's mental health. There have been people who have committed suicide
off
of the back of it, and they only brought in the therapist, correct me if I'm wrong, but kind of as a response to that, because once people started hurting themselves or ending their own lives, it's like, oh yeah, actually maybe this isn't the best thing for people's mental health, yet it continues on. It's like when you go in certain pageants and you get trolled in the comments viciously, but reality TV show is like that on steroids because no one's pretending that you have to be nice to people on reality TV. But it's kind of like people forget those are actually human beings too. Yes, they're on your TV. Yes, they might be celebrities, but people say horrible things. I got to say, and this is no secret, we've talked about this a lot of times, but when you have that anonymity on the internet, when you can say something and no one knows who you are, people can say some absolutely horrible things. Like with Miss Universe Canada, people were messaging her after the whole debacle with I can't remember who was the dress designer.
Michael Cinco.
Yeah. And people were writing to Nova, just die, just kill yourself, just die. It's like, oh God.
Even
like, I don't know what's
before
wrong with
that,
some
she
people.
had so much racism when she won Universe Canada. It was disgusting how much abuse she's received, like, regardless if you like the woman or not. Like, just who has that amount of time out of their day to go out and write something abusive?
That's the thing. You have to take time out of your day to go onto someone else's social media and write something horrible. Why? Like, I can't imagine the mindset you must be in.
And to make a fake account to do it, to go out of your way to make a troll account so that you can go on and,
And these troll accounts go deep. They use like photos from. I found a troll account recently that was abusing. I think there was an article. It is a Daily Mail article, and someone created a Facebook, but used an image of a woman in her 60s in America, and this person was claiming to be British. I actually reverse searched the picture, and I found the actual woman's on Facebook that he stole the picture, or he or she stole the picture from. Don't know if it's a male or female, but I made her aware that someone's using her picture as a troll, and obviously got everyone to report it. But it's madness, the lengths that people go to just to be nasty.
You'd almost applaud them if it was for some better ends because of the persistence that some of them show. I mean, at the moment, have you guys ever had anyone try to hack your account or copy your account, because that seems to be the thing at the moment.
Yeah.
Fake accounts. Seems like at least once a week someone's reporting a fake account and someone's pretending to be you guys. It's normally with Pageant Girls to sell like an OnlyFans or something stupid like that. Has that happened to any of you? Like hacking or someone pretending to be you?
I've had fake dating profiles made with my pictures.
Yeah, I've had that before as well with Tinder. And I also had, there was a website we had years ago and it was called Ask FM. And it's where you would go on and ask anonymous questions.
That's such a bad idea.
So
this
person was answering anonymous questions about me, and I think I was only about 15. And like some of the questions were quite crude,
sexual.
not this kind of question. Yeah, that a 15-year-old would be answering, that I would ever be answering. And it was a bit shocking. And they did it to me and a few other young girls my age from Derry. It's just a bit strange. Like, why? Just doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I had someone use my logo. So there's someone going around use. That was really funny because I didn't even like report them or anything, because I just thought it was funny that someone had stolen my logo. But then one of my friends reported that person for me because I thought that's what I wanted. I was like, that's fine. But yeah, it's weird. Just to change tacks for a second, Vitoria, when is Portugal Galaxy? It's on the 3rd of July, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so can you just bring us up to date with your preparations and how you're feeling this close to the date? Because for me, it's the 29th of June, so it's only 5 days away.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling?
So I don't think I still, like, I believe that is so close. Like, I try to feel nervous and I can't feel nervous. So I don't think I, like, believe that it's so close yet. But I'm really, really excited. I just can't believe, like, Pageant Land is getting back, like, in the new normality, in the new reality we have. But I'm quite excited about my preparation. So as many of you might know or may not know, I had coaching with Julia Horta, Miss Universe Brazil, 2019. And she was really great with me. So she made me like think and believe about, and like try to think the importance of self-knowledge, when you know yourself, when you know your limits, because when you learn to get to know yourself, you accept yourself, and then you love yourself. So it's a whole process. And that was a really important thing for me in the moment, because everything stopped, and with the pandemic and everything. And Julia Horta was there. We talk a lot nowadays, and she's really an amazing person. So I had coaching with her. About my preparation, Burma preparation. So I started working out in April. I procrastinated a lot. I have told that to Adrian in an interview. So it was kind of a difficult journey, but I'm trying. Sometimes I do not work out every day. At the beginning, I was like every day except Sunday, but now I just respect my limits and my body, because at that moment I had school, I had tests, and I had to keep like the media to get the I don't remember the name in English right now.
Say in Portuguese. Danielle understands Portuguese. She can translate.
I can say in Portuguese.
Say it in Portuguese.
Bolsa de Mérito. So it's like when you have good grades, the school gives you like money. That has a name.
Scholarship.
Scholarship.
Yeah,
Scholarship.
Yeah. So I have to keep like a media of my grades so I can get it. So
Right.
it was a difficult year too.
And that comes first above everything, above pageants, working out, all that.
Yeah.
And
sorry. My mom.
You got mum.
So yeah.
Have you punched mum in the face recently?
No, that never actually happened. No.
The beautiful thing about Galaxy is so accepting of everyone, every body shape, height, background, ethnicity, everything. So it's not like going for Universe where, you know, they like the kind of strong, lean body. You know, Galaxy is very much about the person, about the full package, about the person that's going to work hard, the person that's going to represent the brand. And so, yeah, give yourself some slack if you're not working out. It's not important.
Yeah, I know, but like,
But
I
if
feel
you're mental,
yeah, I feel comfortable with myself. But as I'm like kept walking and walking at a bikini for the first time, I want to feel confident. I want to feel comfortable with myself. So to give all my best. So it's not about like fitting in with stereotypes or everything, but it's like more to feel confident with myself, to feel comfortable in my own skin. So it's more like it. And I did had to stop like training all days because as I told you, was school, and there was a time between May and June that I didn't have like quite a free weekend to spend because I had school or I had Galaxy. So it was kind of roller coaster. But I'm feeling it is a roller coaster. This week is going to crazy. But I'm really, really excited. I think I've done what I wanted to do. I am proud. I am excited. I'm feeling grateful, really grateful for every opportunity pageantry industry gave me, because it was an opportunity to grow as a woman, but also to like raise my country and raise my organization at an international level. And I think I have done it pretty well. At least I feel like I've done it. So
and you've been consistent. Like, I feel like the moment that you walked off stage and you competed as a junior, you're now going into a teen, and to see your progression, your growth over the past, was it 2 years now? Is it two years? That's a long time to be consistently working towards this goal. So massive, massive kudos to you, because you haven't taken your foot off the gas. You've been working consistently, and everyone can see that.
Like when the pandemic like appeared, many girls like in Portugal Galaxy were like so dismotivated, and I were like, everything around me is going really bad and like everything. And I was like, okay, but Galaxy, even if it postpone it, is the only good thing you have right now. So why do you not work for it if it makes you feel good? So I was like, and I also felt like, okay, pageantry industry really literally stopped. So if the pageantry industry already needed me, because without finalists, like pageants couldn't go on. So that if the pageantry industry already needed me, that's now that it needs me the most. So I just like, okay, I'm going to work out. I'm going to give my best. I'm going to like improve my communication skills, my walk, and just be prepared for everything that will happen. So just for you to have like a notion, I have done more appearances with quarantine, with lockdown, with COVID-19 that I have done without the pandemic. So I have done a total of 146 appearances. Yeah. So thank you.
That is crazy.
And many of those are ones that you've organised, and you've thought outside the box. It's not just you're doing other people's work and helping other people, which you have been doing as well, but you have consistently thought outside the box, been creative, and that is just so commended.
Yeah, thank you. Like I really wanted like to do things outside the box. I wanted to use my platform to raise like causes, all the types of causes around the world, because there are voices that need to be heard, there are causes that need to be heard. So I just don't feel like fulfilled with like focusing on one cause or one platform or one like association. I do feel like I have the power to talk about all the causes that exist in the world, because with the pandemic, I also learned that even when we are only one, you can do like a lot for not only your country, your community, but your community. So that's what I did, and it helped me a lot with mental health and lockdown. It was one of the things that kept me focused. Like, you have a goal, even if you don't know what it is going to happen, you have to keep focused. So yeah, it kept me like good and safe and everything. It was like my yeah.
It's super important for mental health to have some goal that you're working towards. It doesn't even have to be a big one. I mean, I think all of us struggled with mental health, myself included, during lockdown at various times. I mean, it hasn't been easy for me here in Australia. And I'm very aware when I say this, it's like first world problems. But going back into lockdown, and now it's winter here, and for us, it's cold, and I think outside it's pouring rain at the moment. So if you can hear that a noise in the background, it's raining. But when you lose your daily routine, like something to work for, because most of us either lost a job or we had to work from home, so we didn't really have to wake up. So we spent, I think probably for the first month, we all thought it was great. We get to live in our pajamas and wake up at noon and, you know, eat chocolate all day. And then after a certain moment of time, it was like, hang on, your sleep routine's gone out the window. Like Danielle had insomnia and then completely flipped her lid and became the 5 a.m. club. And I don't know where she is on that spectrum. Well, no, it lasted a while, and that's not easy to do. Got to give you props for that. But apparently one of the biggest things for good mental health is to actually have a routine. And one of the most important parts of that is actually a regular sleep routine, which means going to bed at the same time every night and waking up at the same time every day. And for most of us during lockdown, I never got that bad, but I think people were like beginning to wake up in the afternoon. I remember Vitoria, I think you were like, because you were up until like, I'd send like a message and I'd get a response from you at 2 or 3 in the morning. And I'm like, how are you still awake?
Go to bed.
Yeah, but I always have that rule in my mind, like you have to sleep like 7 or 8 hours per night. So I try to focus on that rule. Even I go to bed at 3 a.m. I always have that in mind. Like if you want to go to bed at 3 a.m., at least wake up like at 10 or 11 so you can sleep properly. So but having a daily routine in quarantine was a real struggle. Yeah, difficult. So I saw myself like laying down in bed like for lots of next days, and I saw my body also degrading in shape, and I was not feeling comfortable with it. It was one of the main reasons that made me work out, and also and now like my school finished and I had like a few days to rest, but in those days I like tried to stay in bed, like try to relax and everything, because last weeks were kind of stressing. But at the end of the day was like, Vitoria, did you really spend the whole day in your bed? And and before I didn't feel bad about it, but now I just like, no, Vitoria, that's not you. So yeah,
I'm like that. I really beat myself up about if I haven't done much in a day. If I have spent during lockdown, I spent a lot of days just in bed doing nothing, and I always feel terrible afterwards. I always feel like I've wasted a day. But sometimes I had to remind myself not to be so hard on myself, because there were days that I would wake up literally midday and I'd cry because I've missed the entire day. And now I'm starting to realize, okay, well, you know, sometimes you just need to get that out of your system. It's
you got to find the balance, right? You don't want to live a life where you don't expect. Well, if you're living a life where you don't expect anything of yourself, then you're never going to amount to anything. On the other hand, there are some people who take pleasure in punishing themselves all the time and beating themselves up, but it still doesn't mean you're doing anything. So you don't want to have like standards of perfection, which is why I get really worried when someone says they're a perfectionist, because you can never achieve perfection. So when you aim for something you can never achieve, that's immediately setting yourself up for emotional pain. Yeah, although now they say there are 2 types of perfection, and I agree with that. One is, I can't remember the names for it, but basically one is a positive, which means you're always trying to be better, which is a great thing. Then there's a negative one, which is, you know, you're trying to measure up to some standard that you can never reach. I just want to, I don't know if you guys saw this, but have you seen Will Smith? Because Vitoria was talking about, and we can all relate to this, you know, during lockdown, we kind of didn't work out that much. And a lot of us took up cooking or baking and we got a little bit rounder. Did you see, guys? Did you see Will Smith's video that he put up where he was, for him, big, and then I just want to show this to you. I hope this is the right video because I found it really motivating. I think it's this one. Just have a look at this.
That is so nasty.
I just love the fact that as a celebrity, and partly you might go, oh, he's a celebrity, he can pay for a trainer or whatever. But I just love the fact that he was willing to put up in public, he doesn't have to, that he's out of shape like so many of the rest of us, and that he's got to work to get back into shape. Yeah, like I think that's amazing because he doesn't have to do that. He could pay someone to Photoshop this, Photoshop that. He doesn't have to show anyone. And he's showing that even for him, he let himself go during lockdown. And for some of the roles that Will Smith has done, he's gone through amazing body transformations. I think was it the Ali film?
Yeah.
He had to put on so much muscle bulk because Will Smith is kind of a, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, tall, skinny guy. Was for Ali, he had to really bulk up.
Different body types.
I think he's endo, and then the kind of naturally muscular guys are ectomorph. And to add, that's my issue, is like to try and bulk up is not easy. In fact, the hardest part of that for me was not actually lifting really heavy weights. It was the amount of food you need to eat. I was eating 4 chicken breasts a day. It was horrible.
Sorry for your bowels.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I just wanted to see if it was possible. And, when you hear these stories like a Hugh Jackman or something for Wolverine.
Yeah.
And, every day you got to eat brown rice, chicken breast, and broccoli. Hugh Jackman said because of the Wolverine movies, because they were spaced out regularly, whether it was a Wolverine movie or an X-Men movie, he basically had to be in that shape for like 15 or 20 years.
Welcome to the pageant industry, guys. Especially if you do pageants back to back.
Have you watched The Greatest Showman yet, Adrian? You keep saying you're going to watch it.
Great movie. It's amazing.
It's so good.
We listen to the soundtrack like every day at work. And we sing it at the top of our lungs.
Spoiler. The opening round, like the song, it is from The Greatest Show. So yeah. That's amazing. You have to watch it, even if it's live stream, because compared to last year, Danielle, you are going to.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
the production that year was out of this world.
And it will be out of this universe, Danny.
Oh,
you are not expecting
out of the galaxy. Well, I can't wait.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Yeah.
Where's the live? Is the live stream on Instagram or Facebook?
There's like a ticket
or is
line.
It a pay-per-view?
Selling the tickets online. So yeah, you can find the link in my bio on the Pageant account, or even in my link tree on the personal account.
Let me see if I can find that now. What time is the pageant? It'll be in the evening, right?
It's going to be at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yeah, in Portugal.
5 in the 6 p.m. What time is that for me? 3 in the morning.
You might
Why?
You'll catch crowning.
I thought you were going to say you catch crab. But why would I catch crab? Catch crowning. Well, that's something to look forward to. Like you wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, Vitoria won. Okay, so let me just see if I can find it. I'm looking at Vitoria's link tree. You're right there, Chloe. Is it Vitoria? My Portuguese is a bit rusty. Is it Bilhetti's Galaxy?
Yes.
Is that it? Okay, so if you
sorry, maybe it's live stage tickets. Yeah.
Live stage Galaxy. So you go there. Chloe's having
the
a moment.
Is on
That's
Portuguese,
right, Chloe.
So
yeah, it's okay. I just have to sneeze and fine.
Pull yourself together, Chloe.
It's Galaxy Portugal 2020 streaming. There you go.
Yeah.
Continue. So Let's see how good the Google Translate is. I'll turn it to English. Choice of places, continue. There you go.
There you
Cool.
go.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Only
that's cool.
€4.
Aw.
It is good to see things. This is Vitoria's main account. If you want to go give her a follow. So that is. You okay now, Chloe? Was
Yep,
it something
I'm
I
good.
said?
Yeah.
No.
One
No.
sad thing that
At least
I'm
it wasn't
sorry,
me
but
this
just-
time. At least it wasn't me this time.
I've been
For
watching.
once.
I go through Gordon Ramsay phases, right? Because who doesn't like being yelled at and called an idiot sandwich and a donut? Your donut. So there's this episode
Where's the
where
lamb sauce?
there's this. There's
His raw.
where's the lamb sauce? There's this TV show. I think it was originally the F word, but and that stands for food. He would always say. But he would go and find the freshest of ingredients, which always means he's going to actually catch the animal and slaughter it himself, which is not to everyone's taste, but at least he's going to catch it himself, which I think is a positive move. But there was one episode where he's talking about king crabs. And I don't know if you guys know what king crabs are. They are huge. They can go like probably about a meter across from leg to leg, and they look like aliens. And they have no natural predators because they're so big, and they're in Norway. There's a plague of them. So I was watching it, and he said, "I'm going to go and catch crabs." And I'm not sure that's the best way of languaging it.
On that topic, I have like a
On
really
that note?
crazy story. Yeah, yeah. I have an uncle, and he's a chef, and basically he was fishing and trying to catch something to eat. He's a fantastic chef. He's brilliant. And he finds this bright orange lobster and gets a picture with it being like, oh, this lobster's bright orange. And then he took it home and he was like, would this be safe to cook because it's bright orange, or is this lobster sick or something? He's like, nah, we'll just cook it. So he cooked it and it was fine. And then he finds out, he calls a guy who says, that's very rare. There's like one in a museum in America. It's worth like thousands. He finds out that it's a very rare lobster, and bright orange lobsters are just basically impossible to come by. And the guy that he originally called said, there's no way you found that in Ireland. We don't have them here. You couldn't have found a bright orange lobster. Looked it up and found out it was super rare and that he could have sold it, but he cooked it and ate it for dinner. But he still has the picture of him holding it. But
very expensive dinner.
Yeah. And he said it didn't even taste great. It was okay. It was just a standard lobster, he said. Yeah. How crazy is that? It was bright orange too. It was crazy.
They're usually
like
bright
the
orange
colour
when
of
you
an
cook them.
No, whenever he caught it.
This is what you just reminded me of.
Who left these muddy claw prints on my clean floor?
Sorry, Marge. Pinchy got all dirty in the yard chasing birds. But don't worry, I put him in a nice hot bath.
Hey, what smells so good?
Yeah. Pinchy?
Pinchy! Oh, Pinchy!
Oh man, that's good. Oh, pass the butter.
Okay,
so
that's
funny.
what your uncle did, huh? Oh no. Oh dear. Okay. I also wanted to, because I haven't given Danielle a chance to explain why she's so echoey today. So for those of you watching and listening in, if Danielle sounds like she's in a public lavatory, Danielle, would you like to explain why? She's not coming to you from her bathroom.
No, I'm not in the bathroom. We moved into Barry Bungalow, so I'm currently in the biggest room in the house, which actually is going to be our office. And we have absolutely nothing in this room other than boxes and a little makeshift desk and a monitor. This room is completely empty, so apologies for the echo. And once we come off live, I'm going to give everyone a little house tour because
what I was expecting you to say is, I'm in the largest room in the house, and this is going to be my walk-in wardrobe.
No.
That's what I was expecting you. That's
the
next
walk-in
door.
wardrobe
That's
is the room next door. The room next to this one.
Can you give us an idea how big it is, the walk-in wardrobe?
Do you want me to take you on a tour now? Should we show everyone live?
Yeah, if you're happy to.
Okay.
And if we don't
Right.
catch Jordan lying around just like in a state of undress
drinking a cup of tea.
in his pants.
Let me see. I'm going to turn the light.
All right, here we go.
Okay,
A virtual house tour.
Welcome to my
go.
episode of Cribs. This is going to be our office, which has boxes here. There's a little makeshift desk. I don't think you can see
And the
anything
size of that
outside.
energy drink.
It's
so
huge.
big.
Look at all these
It's
rubbish.
double the size of a can of
all
Coke.
this rubbish and all these. So, okay, so the sword, not mine, is my other half.
It's a Buster sword from Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, it is. Well spotted. I hate the thing. It's a monstrosity and it is made out of metal, so it's really heavy.
It's supposed to be about 3 times the size of that. That's a miniature. That's very cool.
Comes up to my head almost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's life size then. I forgot that you're a bit. Okay.
So this is going to be our office. Let me try and put this down without slicing myself.
There's Danielle's fan in the background. Fan club. Danielle has a fan club now, Vitoria.
My fans.
Yeah. I'd like to thank my fan.
Let's go on a little tour. So let me turn on the lights. Woohoo! We're in the. So I need to
balloons.
It's a little balloon.
The balloons.
Oh, I love the door. That sounds really weird, but I love that door with the large glass.
I love
the door. It's quite.
I've seen that door before on your social.
Quite.
I love that door.
Medieval style-ish. There's a little window there. This is like a little porch area. It's got nice original tiles in here. And then, so that's a little separate room. We can then close that door.
Ooh.
Jordan's in here watching TV, but not watching TV. So
okay.
You saying come in? You want to say hi to everyone?
Hi.
Oh, this looks like a nice little romantic setup you've got in here.
It does.
That looks Jeremy Clarkson. There you go.
Oh yeah, we watched Top Gear.
Can you tell Jordan I love his Buster sword?
He loved your sword.
Oh yeah, amazing.
The TV just about fits. It is.
Danielle, can you
big.
just hang on just a sec? Can you ask?
Oh, let me unplug.
Can you still hear me?
What was that?
Sorry,
Yes, I can hear.
at the moment. Can you ask him if he can do the victory twirl with the sword?
It's quite heavy, but I definitely give it a go.
Is there space?
Have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried it? Doing the victory twirl with the sword?
I've tried picking her up with one hand, and that didn't go very well. So
It's heavy. It's really, really heavy.
put it in perspective.
Yeah. Maybe we don't want injuries on the live stream.
No injuries.
Oh, there were foxes outside there.
Oh, there. We've got cute little fox cubs.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
Oh wow.
They're so cute. Oh, they're here. Spring watch. Oh, they can't see. It's too dark.
They were just
Oh, 2 little babies out there. It's cute. So our property backs onto a conservation area. So there's loads of wildlife around.
Oh wow.
We've got a little tree that makes it feel a little bit homely. Cat Simpson named him Clive. I offered him a pint earlier because he looked thirsty, and I thought it's quite fitting. Here's our wood beam, which is going to be going on the fireplace. We have like a real fireplace in here. So once we figure out how to actually burn a log, we will burn the logs. Hallway. This is a cute little coffee hole area. So in here, I can get in here.
I thought I was the only
where
person.
You keep the naughty children.
Finally, someone else who says cubby hole. I thought I was the only one.
A little cubby hole. So we put our coats here.
I say cubby hole.
place for me to put my handbag up there, which I haven't done. This is going to be the dressing room. It is a mess, guys. I do apologise. We've got 2 rails and I've got washing, drying. So that's Jordan's rail. This is my rail.
Oh.
It's a bit more full in comparison to Jordan's.
Jordan's rail is like 5 coat hangers. Yours is the span of the room.
But Jordan's stuff is still in the boxes, of course. So
Of course, he's a dude. It's enough for him to expect just putting it on coat hangers. I'm surprised he knows how to use coat hangers.
Oh no, I hung them. I
There
just
you
got
go.
tired
There you
after
go.
a while, and I was just like, I'm not hanging anymore. So we're gonna have built-in wardrobes in here. So this room is gonna have quite a transformation. There won't be any rails or any exposed clothes soon.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the magic happens. This is where I took a nap earlier and I didn't make the bed. So this is all going to change. Also got another tree. I can't remember what we named this one.
Is that a real tree or a plastic one?
Yeah, it's a real tree. And it's cool
It
because
looks a
it's
bit
like
plastic.
it's like plaited. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you
cool.
forgot his name.
Got his name. How bad is that? We have a rail here because we currently have nothing keeping the sunlight out of the morning, and Jordan is a grumpy bear in the morning because the sunlight wakes
Why
him
would
up
you
and
want to
cuddle.
keep the sunlight out? That's the best part of having windows, is to let the sunlight
Right?
in. That's what I don't understand about so many people. They buy these big houses with giant windows, and then what do? They cover them all up. It's like, what's the point of having a window then? Just live in a concrete box.
Yeah.
No, unless you're ready to wake up, then
If the sun's up, then that's time to wake up.
no.
This is the bathroom.
No.
Quite a nice, like,
Oh
L-shaped
wow.
bath and nice little shower head. And
I do
that's
love those shower
where
heads.
more magic is
But-
made. And
Yeah, thank you. It's rectangular. Is your toilet rectangular?
it is rectangular. It's a bit strange. This is actually the biggest room in the house. This is the kitchen. It is really big. So
All right, Danielle, cook us something.
it's a, gosh, I could have done the washing up, couldn't I? I did make a cake yesterday. I need to like flip it around, but yeah, we have I think 26 cupboards. There's
I
cupboards
love that you
here
counted.
that don't have anything in them yet. Like some cupboards have nothing. Some cupboards have rice.
I'm just
Although
waiting for you to open up one of the cupboards and someone just to jump out and go, boo.
I know. And so, yeah, that is
Wow.
pretty much a full house tour.
I love it. It's beautiful.
But obviously, as you can see, we are still getting there. We need bedside tables and just some general furniture for the living room. And yeah, so if I sound a bit echoey, that is because there is absolutely nothing in this room.
Well, that's amazing. Congratulations. You have to send me your new address so I can send you a housewarming present.
No, it's been
What
been
should I
nice.
send you? I'll send you a
Although-
cat.
You can't send one though. You have to send two.
I know.
I
I'll just send the one.
I'd love Thomas to come here, but I don't know if he can do the 3.5 hour journey. And I feel bad taking him away from my dad. So
I should set you up with like a little
We've got
little
foxes.
baby monitor.
yeah.
Foxes. I just remember the other time you were on and the foxes were going at it outside and it was making quite a noise.
Oh yeah. These are babies, so they're not quite in that stage of their lives yet. So I'm sure there'll be some those noises.
Did anyone ever hear
to
cats
come.
fighting?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, we
Like
used to have
they
that all the
sound so
time.
scary. They're like, yeah, they sound like, I don't know, banshee or something.
Vitoria, you have cats, don't you?
Yes, I have 3 cats.
Because I remember I was watching one of your TikTok lives, and then during the TikTok live, the cats started killing each other, didn't they?
They kill each other a lot. Sometimes there's lots of fights between them. Like we have to lock them in the kitchen when we are going to sleep, so the house is safe and sound when we wake up. So if they have to destroy something, it's on the kitchen. So
cats make the most horrible. Cats make the most horrible sounds when they see each other and they're about to actually start fighting.
Yeah.
You know that kind of loud wailing sound.
The banshee noises. Yeah, that's the noise I was talking about.
You see the videos when they're like.
Yeah. I want to see. I don't know if I can show you this. Do you want to do that again? I didn't quite capture that. Let me just show you this quickly, and then we can wrap up. Emma sent me this video because it reminded her of my cat. Can you guys see that?
Oh, I saw this one. Poor little thing. Oh, he fell down so hard. He didn't know what to do.
Oh, he just like planted the ground. Oh.
Yeah, cats are very, very athletic and graceful, except when they land on their back. Then it's just like it's all over. It's like a turtle on his back. Oh, Vitoria, what are the names of your cats?
So I have one girl called Lita, and 2 boys called Tico and Teco.
Tico and Tech?
And Tech?
Tico and Teco.
Tico.
Oh, that is so adorable.
Tico Teco. They sound like Pokemon. I choose you, Tico Teco.
They're kind of inspired on the squirrels that are always like, do you watched Donald's Duck? I don't know if it's like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that 2 squirrels that are always letting him hungry, like it's Tico and Teco here in Portugal. So yeah.
Oh, okay. We don't have squirrels in Australia. I do love squirrels. They're so cute.
I never
Not
seen
that I know
squirrel
of.
too here in Portugal.
We have a plague of mice. Like lots and lots and lots of mice.
I sent you the video. How crazy is that?
It's terrifying. It's like a carpet of mice. People are going, we need more cats.
Have you seen any of them
I don't want to see them. We're already in the lockdown. The last thing I need to be is locked in my house with mice.
That's so scary.
I'm not afraid of mice, but I don't want millions of them in my house.
Well, at least
I
you
have
have
to get a pet
cats.
snake.
Oh my god, is that a mouse just ran behind you?
Chloe. I don't know. See, people who don't know cats, haven't owned cats, think all cats are stone cold killers. They hate them. One of my cats is kind of a hunter. The cat, Bob, that I carry around, he has no survival instinct in his body. His only go-to move is to roll over, fall on his side, and show you his belly. So if a mouse comes in my house, that's what he's going to do. He's going to make friends with it. And then there's one picture that because my brother used to be a vet, he has this one picture of a cat, because cats are supposed to eat mice. There's this cat who's just sitting there, look like he's given up, and there's a mouse literally sat on his head. And the cat's just there like, I can't do it. That's what my cat would be like. Just be like, I'll wake up and it'll be covered in mice. So I have mice, no squirrels. And I thought squirrels were really cute, Vitoria.
They're so cute.
Except then I was told in the UK, if you go into I think it was Hyde Park or somewhere, don't feed the squirrels. Because if you have things to feed the squirrels, they swarm all over you and they can be quite nasty. I didn't know that.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
I've fed squirrels before, but not in London. They're hard. They're hard.
It was the London squirrels I was warned about, because I was in Wales. I was like, the Welsh ones are okay, but if you go into London, those London squirrels, they'll set you straight. They'll beat you up and then take your food and take your money.
Okay, I will keep that in mind in November. Thank you.
Are you going to the UK, Vitoria?
Yes, I already talked with Holly, so yes, I will.
Amazing.
Even if Danielle doesn't come to Portugal, I will come to see her. So,
yeah.
Well, from the
My
looks of it,
gosh.
she certainly has a couple of spare rooms.
Ooh.
Well, I am in Wales, so it's like a 3.5, almost 4 hour journey, I think, from where I am.
So
For
I
you
have-
guys, that's just a drive down the road for you guys.
That's easy for me. You know, I've done 8 hour round trips just to make a couple hour appearance before, so it's not going to stop us.
I have a cousin in Manchester, so they will get the things easier. Yeah.
Oh, easy peasy. Be nice that you've got family nearby.
Yeah, really.
Victoria, you don't like the cold, and you're going in November.
Oh, November. Bring
I
some
don't like it,
jumpers.
but we're talking about pageantry.
Victoria sent me a video, like a DM. Literally, it was just her 1 minute complaining about how cold Portugal was and how jealous she was of me in Australia. Literally, it's just like, this is a video to tell you how jealous I am of it. I was like, what's wrong with... She literally, I think you were on your way to school, and she just sent me this video. She had a mask on, and she was complaining about how cold it was in Portugal. How are you going to survive in the UK if you think Portugal is cold?
I will survive. I do it my way. But here in Portugal, like when it's cold, it's really cold. Like it's not... It's like the type of cold here in Portugal, and I'm not used to UK or any other country because I've never like been out of Portugal. So yeah, but it's really cold. Like I remember in January wearing 2 pairs of leggings and a pair of jeans.
Oh,
so it was really cold. Like I couldn't even have the courage. Like we were freezing, and with it COVID procedures, like in our classrooms, we couldn't have like the windows closed.
You've had the windows open, haven't you, for ventilation?
Oh, dear me.
Yeah.
I actually have a funny story. When I worked in Tesco, it was so cold one day, and I was doing a 6 a.m. shift that I went through my pajama drawer and found my fluffiest pair of pajama bottoms and put them on underneath my work trousers to keep myself warm because I was so cold that day. But because these pajama bottoms were so thick and fleecy, I used to lay out all the newspapers in the mornings and arrange the newspapers and put them out in the newspaper stand, which is quite low down. So you have to bend down to do it. So we can all imagine what happened that day in Tesco. My pajama bottoms were so thick and fleecy that they tore a hole straight down the middle of my Tesco work trousers. And I've got like these like Santa Claus pajama bottoms on, like with a big slice down the back. And I had to like take off my Tesco fleece jacket and tie it around my waist. So I was standing there freezing in the winter around these fridges with no jacket because I had to tie it around my waist, with like these fleecy Santa Claus pajama bottoms on display for everyone to see. Oh, crazy. Yeah.
Why is it that every time Vitoria comes on, one of you two has to tell the most embarrassing story about yourself?
So we were talking about layering up, so I thought, right, the time I tried to layer up in Tesco on a cold morning, not my good idea.
I would love to have seen the CCTV footage of that.
Oh my goodness!
I just have the sound of it, like that sound.
I know. I bent down and I felt it, and I.
You know when you bend down and you hear that sound, you're like, "Oh no, I know what that sound means. What do I do now? Quick, cover up and run!"
I think I would have been less embarrassed if it had just been my underwear, but the fact I was wearing these fleecy Santa Claus pajama bottoms in like February and. Yeah,
she's hanging on to Christmas.
Literally. I don't know if you guys saw, we had Natalie on, Natalie Drought, and she's from Texas, and they hate the cold. Like, for them, anything under boiling is too cold. And she did this TikTok where all it is, it's really clever. She's just standing there, and I think the caption was like, "What happens in Texans when it's like under 20 degrees?" And she just starts zipping up jackets, and it's like 10 jackets in, and she's still zipping. Like I think she was wearing every single jacket she had in her wardrobe, and by the time she finishes, you know, she looks like this because she zipped up 20 jackets on her. That was really, really funny. But cold in Australia, anything under 20 degrees, I'm not okay with. That's already cold. So, Victoria, if you're going to the UK in November, buy some jackets.
We sometimes
buy
get
jackets.
snow in November.
Yeah.
You can see the terror in Victoria's eyes. Snow?
Gown.
What's snow? Is that
Yeah,
nice
I've
and
never seen
warm snow?
You've never seen snow?
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
I've
we
never
sometimes
took a
get that.
plane either, so it'll be my first time, yeah, because of Pageant.
Wow.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
That's so exciting.
It
You'll have
will
a
be a
great
first
time.
time for many things.
It'll be the first of many trips on aeroplanes for pageantry, I'm sure.
Yes.
There'll be lots more.
No.
No.
I'm sorry. I just looked over there.
Fluffy.
That's been playing the entire time. I haven't stopped it. He's just been doing this again in an endless loop.
Oh my God.
So let's wrap up. So anyone got anything exciting coming up over the next week or so? Obviously, Vitoria's got Portugal Galaxy coming up, so that's going to keep her busy. Best of luck with that, Vitoria. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say I'll try to tune into the live stream, but at 3 a.m, I won't. I'll be dead asleep. But I hope to wake up in the morning and see some results with your name next to them. Let's say, Vitoria.
Oh, thank you.
You'll do amazing, Victoria.
I know I
You're
will.
incredible. I'm so proud of you.
Confident. Oh, thank you. You are so sweet.
Chloe and Danielle, anything exciting coming up the next week? Danielle's still moving into her house.
Yeah, we still need to get furniture, so that, and then I need to head back down to London. It's my very close friend. It's her bachelorette party, hen party this weekend. So we've not been able to fly to Portugal. It's good that I can go to that at least. So that'll be fun. I'm wearing the clever initiative jumper because I'm trying to get back into that zone of planning some more events. It's just trying to find a weekend where everyone's free, I'm free, because pageants are starting to pick up again over the next few weeks. I feel like the next 6 weekends that I have, they're all kind of planned up for now. So getting back into the swing of everything and having to find times where I can plan my own events.
Yeah, events. I remember those before the days of COVID. Events, people, a hug. I remember the memory of a hug and what that was like. It's a long time ago, says I, back in lockdown. Miss Davies, are you unpacking the treadmill? What's the plans for the week?
Well, I have some very exciting news. On Friday, my sister had a beautiful baby girl. So I am very excited to meet her. I have booked to go visit her in Bournemouth at the end of July. So I think the next few weeks is just going to be quiet. It'll be me counting down the days till I get to hold this beautiful baby. She's just perfect. I cried when I got the pictures through, and I haven't stopped. I haven't stopped being able to think about her since. So my next goal is just being able to meet my beautiful little baby niece. I've got a hearing test tomorrow, so fingers crossed that goes okay.
You got a what?
And a hearing test.
A what?
Huh? I did that to my nephew the other day. He's like, I can't hear at this. I was like, what? So I can't hear. What?
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
I've
Chloe.
just always I've never had the best hearing, and then a few times in work, I kind of noticed it a lot recently. So yeah, I was just going to get it checked out, see what's up, and yeah, hopefully it's all good.
Can we get the poor cat off now? I'm getting like
dizzy.
I'm loving this. I'm loving it. The more you watch it, the funnier it gets. Okay, well, Chloe, congratulations on being a new auntie. Does the baby have a name yet?
Does she what?
Does she have a name? Do we have a name for the baby?
Yes, she's called Elsie.
Oh,
yeah, and her middle name's named after my Nana Rose, so Elsie Rose.
Oh,
that's so cute.
Yeah, so adorable.
I was
Like,
I was just going to say, I bet she has the cutest name, because I think everyone in Ireland has the cutest names. So it's like, yeah, Elsie Rose. There you go. So I say, as I watch the cat fawn its back for the 5,000th time. Okay, I'm going to watch this for the rest of the day. Thanks to everyone for watching.
We're gonna go watch
Stephanie
Love
here said,
Island.
congratulations, Auntie Chloe. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, whether it's live or on the replay, and we will speak to you next week. Next week, our guest, I believe, is Evangeline Elshmaner, who I've interviewed way back. So she's now a finalist for Miss International UK. So we will see you same bat time, same bat channel next week. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Just a reminder to you entrepreneurial types to come and join us at our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/The Pageant Boss. I'll see you inside and see you in the next episode.